Back in 2000, Christina Aguilera was one of the most acclaimed and popular artists in the world. Undeniable talent, looks, music and performing qualities. And she gave us one of the hardest vocal catalogs known to man. She has sold over 75 million records worldwide and scored 5 #1 hit singles. Then, after 1 decade, audience kind of lost an interest in her music, resulted in failed commercial success in her last 3 studio albums and empty seats on some of her concerts on her latest tour. People claim it's her attitude, others lack of innovation and good music. So, what exactly happened? July 21st, 1999. Christina Aguilera's Genie in a Bottle climbed to the top of the Billboard Hot 100, beginning a 5-week stint. It was an infectious teen pop banger with an edge. A month later, Aguilera's eponymous debut album also hit #1, and it would eventually go 8 times platinum and earn Aguilera the Grammy Award for Best New Artist, ahead of fellow nominees including Spears. Alongside Britney, Christina is the most iconic pop star of her era, an artist who's been hailed as an influence by Ariana Grande, Lady Gaga, Selena Gomez, Demi Lovato and many other artists. People were drawn initially to Aguilera's 4-octave and some vocal range, then became even more invested when she released in 2002 Stripped. Aguilera blossomed from an gifted pop singer into a musically versatile and candid artist who sang about feminism, sex and self-worth. The Defiant Fighter saw her lean into bombastic arena rock, while Keep On Singing My Song was an empowerment anthem that blended elements of gospel and drum and bass. Where Genie in a Bottle felt suggestive a few years earlier, Stripped lead single Dirty was unapologetically sexual. Its notoriously raunchy video destroyed Aguilera's girl next door image and provoked a huge sexist backlash. An MTV writer even branded her as Pop-Tart. Still, the criticism didn't stop fans from realizing that at its core, Stripped was a brilliant album about growing up, claiming space and learning to accept yourself. And Christina's crown of the album being Beautiful. Beautiful, showing an LGBTQ+ people in such an inspiring way in the Beautiful video. After Stripped, Aguilera continued to push forward with 2006 ambitious double album Back to Basics. On its brilliant singles Ain't No Other Man and Candyman, she made good on her aim to create kind of a throwback with elements of jazz, blues and soul music combined with a modern-day twist. After the success of Back to Basics, she did a movie, not a very good one, but with a great soundtrack that was Aguilera's amazing vocal showcase. Still, 2010 futuristic electro-pop album Bionic, on which Aguilera expanded her palette of collaborators, was a risk that didn't quite pay off. It yielded only 1 hit single, the glossy dance pop song Not Myself Tonight. The period that followed was probably even more testing for Aguilera's fighters. Between 2011 and 2016, she appeared on 6 seasons on The Voice, but released just 1 album, Lotus, that also turned out to be a commercial flop. She had 2 smash collaborations with Maroon 5, Moves Like Jagger, and A Great Big World, Says Something, and she gave us a brief reminder of her day job. Christina thrown some major shades on The Voice, and that story was, well, over. In 2018, Aguilera tried to revive her reputation as an artist by exploring contemporary pop, R&B and hip-hop sounds on her comeback album Liberation. And yet, again, that album and its singles, despite good reviews, failed hard. Christina Aguilera is an extremely gifted singer. Even though she didn't quite really care about her healthy singing technique, she's called the voice of generation for a reason, bringing a blue-eyed soul sound to the pop scene where actual singing was rare. And yet, she somehow barely dominated 1 decade with her work, with her last top 10 solo hit being 11 years ago. The biggest problem for Liberation and previous 2 albums, and likely the cause of its low sales, is what place Christina has in pop music right now. Outside the echo chamber of her hardcore fans, it's hard to say. Could she usurp Adele as power ballad songstress? Sure she can, but with what kind of music? Could she slot herself in with Rihanna and Ariana Grande? She's certainly trying to, and certainly is overqualified. Maybe resilient pop rock like Pink. I mean, Pink is doing just fine. During her peak, Christina had two strengths: forward-thinking collaborators and her voice, still instantly recognizable. The gamble Liberation, Lotus and Bionic made is that all of these are subordinate to market forces. Her music just doesn't fit into what pop music was and is about right now. It all seemed kind of forced. Is it bad? No, it's not. Is it groundbreaking and defining for these generations? Again, no. All artists at one point stop being popular and relevant. Some last 3 decades like Michael Jackson, some 5 years. Point is that music evolves. The problem that most pop artists have to overcome to remain relevant is how to evolve and adapt their music with the times. The best of them make music that defines their era, while others are just products of the environment. Christina, along with many other pop stars of her generation now, is just trying to make music that in some way or another replicates whatever is popular these days, or for what she has been known in her glory days, instead of actually doing something that the whole world would behold. Until then, we will always cherish her legacy as strong, bold, powerhouse vocalist who defined an era, who fought for equality for women and LGBTQ+ people, as tearful, sultry, gritty, sweet, or furious singer. A woman that can belt and tease, aim a note as directly as a missile, or turn its trajectory into quivering, scalping melismas. One and only, Miss Christina Aguilera. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe, follow me on my Instagram account, and support our channel by becoming a patron on Patreon, and with a bunch of rewards help us creating together a great content with your favorite artists. Bye.